Human trafficking is the trade of human beings for the purposes of exploitation.
Whether that be for sex, for labor, domestic servitude, there's many faces to human trafficking.
And that exploitation is facilitated by some form of force or threats, fraud, manipulation, and coercion, so deception of some sort.
Human trafficking is not just an international issue, it is a hugely prevalent problem here in Canada, right down to our smallest communities. Especially in sex trafficking, we are having people that are preying on our young women and boys, girls, through social media, through malls, through schools. Traffickers and pimps will take months to groom somebody to become a slave, so to speak, and it is a form of modern-day slavery. So they will use that time to groom the young person and before they break them. People are being trafficked and targeted and they don't even realize that it's happening.
Some of the risk factors that we see for youth can be a previous experience of abuse, the beginnings of drug addiction, mental wellness concerns, those that are new to the country or may have a disability or a learning disability. They are the ones that perpetrators are targeting and exploiting. But we also see individuals exploited who have not experienced any of those risk factors.
Human trafficking has impacted our Indigenous women and girls. We are represented much higher than non-Indigenous women as far as exploitation and victimization. We are more prone to poverty that we experience on the reserves, abuse and violence as a result of colonization. And when young girls come and women come into the cities looking for opportunities, they often don't have the same support systems and are needing to make ends meet. And so somebody makes some promises of a job, and so they trust them with this job, only to find out that it's within the sex trade.
The Salvation Army is concerned about human trafficking. We've been working with it for years. William Booth was one of the first people that was in the trenches working with the prostituted, the needy, the poor, the vulnerable populations, and I think we've been doing this since the Salvation Army started.
We're seeing trafficked persons severely abused. We're seeing them go missing, murdered, or incarcerated. So for us to respond, we are called to respond, and we feel compelled to do so.
We're working on awareness campaigns. We have outreach programs where we work with women, girls, boys right on the streets that are being trafficked. We're working with police services, addiction services. We're also working with men who are charged for buying sex, which fuels the trafficking, because the bigger the demand, the more the trafficking is going to occur.
In 2009, we opened the first high-security safe house for survivors of human trafficking. We now have specialized mental health and addictions programming, life and living skills programming, and even a barista employment training program. My hope for our country is to see a country that protects our most vulnerable, and recognizing that a country that buys and sells its own people is a broken one.
Ultimately, the goal is to eradicate human trafficking and exploitation. We can do that by becoming informed, not being a part of the demand, and speaking up if we see something that isn't right are really important things that we can all be doing against human trafficking.